Hi students, welcome to DS Economics channel. Today we are going to discuss 2017 July Kerala State Eligibility Test Economics Previous Year question. This is your part number 1. In this part we are going to discuss from question number 1 to 40 question. So those who come for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, and those who do not watch the previous videos of Kerala State till now, they can watch in the playlist. I have given the link of the playlist in the description box so that you can watch all the previous year videos of Kerala State in one part. So let's start today's videos of July 2017 paper Kerala State. This is your question number 1. As economies develop, services become relatively more expensive and manufacturing goods become relatively less expensive. This is known as BML Effect, PYQ Effect, Keynes Effect, or Tobin Effect. So generally this concept comes from BML Effect. So right option is BML Effect, because BML Effect, it is also known as Baumol's cost disease. It describes the phenomenon where wages in industries with low productivity growth, such as services, rise in response to higher wages in industries with high productivity growth, and such as manufacturing. So this lead to services becoming relatively more expensive compared to manufacturing goods as economies develop. Here services become relatively more expensive. Here services become relatively more expensive than the manufacturing goods. So this is called as BML effect. Then question number 2. A model of price competition between firms which inevitably leads to a downward spiral in prices until marginal cost. Downward spiral. This is called as a Stackelberger model, limit pricing, bottom competition, or Carnot model. This is called as bottom competition, because in bottom model, duopoly model, we know that there are price competition. In bottom competition, firms compete by setting prices rather than quantities. So this price competition can lead to a situation where firms keep undercutting each other's prices, drive the price down to the level of marginal cost, it resulting in zero economic profit in equilibrium. So if there are two firms A and B, suppose A reduce price from 100 to 90, then B also reduce price from 100 to suppose 85, then A again reduce price to 80, then 75. This continues till the price is equal to marginal cost. So this concept is called as bottom competition. Then question number 3, list 1, list 2, monetary phenomenon, unanticipated fluctuation, creative destruction, technology and taste changes. First one is monetary phenomenon. Monetary phenomenon related with new classical computer Milton Friedman. Yes, Milton Friedman. Monetary phenomenon, Milton Friedman. Then unanticipated fluctuation, it is related with new classical economics. Unanticipated fluctuation, new classical economics. Creative destruction or innovation theory, this was given by Joseph Schumpeter. Then technology and taste changes, RBC. RBC means real business cycle theory. So technology and taste changes, it is related with real business cycle theory. A3B1, A3B1, C2, D4. So option D is right here. Then question number 4. If the total cost function of a company is TC is equal to 2Q square minus 5Q plus 8, then the marginal cost function. So just find out the derivative of total cost. So marginal cost MC is equal to DTC by DQ. So derivative of total cost 2Q square, derivative is equal to 2 into 2 is equal to 4Q minus 5Q derivative is only 5, and 8 derivative is equal to 0. So here 4Q minus 5. So 4Q minus 5 is the marginal cost. So option C is right here. Then question number 5. This is a statement. It is not from the benevolence of the butcher that we expect our dinner but from his regard to his own interest. This is stated by David Ricardo, J.S. Mill, Adam Smith, S.C. Figo. So this is a statement by our father of economics, Adam Smith, because Adam Smith quotation, this is the Adam Smith quotation. Adam Smith in his book The Wealth of Nation, or the Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation, which was written in 1776, Wealth of Nation, he highlights the idea that individuals acting in their own self-interest can lead to beneficial outcomes for society as a whole, which is a core principle of Adam Smith concept of the invisible hand in free market. So here it is not the benevolence of the poacher that we expect our dinner, but it is for their own benefit, own interest. So it is not the benevolence of the brewer, baker, butcher, but it is for their own benefit. So as well as they we also get benefited and they also get benefited from this transaction. So this was given by in detail in his Wealth of Nation book of Adam Smith. Then question number 6, complementary goods have positive cross elasticity, negative, or positive cross elasticity of demand, relatively positive or not. So complementary goods have complementary goods or joint demand, means car and petrol. So these type of goods are jointly demanded. So complementary goods have negative cross elasticity of demand, negative cross elasticity of demand, because if we see petrol and car, these are two complementary goods. Here when the price of petrol rises, then quantity demand for car decreases. So it creates negative relation between these two. So this is called negative cross elasticity of demand. When one good price increases, then another goods quantity demand decreases. And in positive cross elasticity of demand, in positive cross elasticity, which kind of goods we saw positive cross elasticity, that is substitute goods. In substitute goods we see positive cross elasticity, like tea and coffee. So when the price of tea rises, then the demand for coffee increases. So positive cross elasticity shows substitute goods. In substitute goods we see positive cross elasticity, and in complementary goods we see negative cross elasticity. So here option B is right. Then question number 7, increase in government spending may not necessarily lead to. Increase in government spending may not necessarily lead to. First one is displacement in private spending. Yes, when increase in government spending, it displaces private spending and from private spending to government spending. So it displaces in private spending when government spending increases. Then increase in domestic interest rate. Yes, when government spending increases, then domestic interest rate it also increase. Then reduction in domestic interest rate. No, increase in domestic interest rate, not reduction, because an increase in government spending typically leads to higher demand for goods and services, which can push up domestic interest rate due to increased borrowings. So it is less likely to cause a reduction in interest rate unless specific monetary policies are in place to counterattack the increase in rates. So this is not correct. Then rise in domestic aggregate demand. Yes, when government spending increases, then domestic aggregate demand increases, because spending increases, then people are employed, they get money, and when they get money, they demand, aggregate demand, all over society aggregate demand increases. So it rise domestic aggregate demand. So these are the true, but option C is may not necessarily need. When government spending increase, it is not reduction in interest rate, it is increase in domestic interest rate. So here option C is right here. Then question number 8, list 1, list 2. First one is reduction in rate of inflation. a fall in general prices, price rise with unemployment. So a general fall in prices, we know general fall in prices, it is called as deflation. Rise in prices inflation, fall in price deflation. Then a reduction in rate of inflation, when rate of inflation reduce, it is called as just disinflation. When inflation rate reduces, it calls disinflation. Then price rise with unemployment, when price rise with economy stagnant, it is called stagflation. Stagflation means stagnation with inflation. Stagnation means economy is not growing, recession or depression. In recession depression situation, here price rises, or we can see inflation with unemployment. So it is called as stagflation, means stagnation in the economy and inflation in the economy. Then A to B1, A to B1, C3, option D. Here option D is right. Then question number 9, with given taste or preferences, the proportion of income spent on food diminishes as income increases. With given taste and preference, the proportion of income spent on food diminishes as income increases. When income increases, then spend on food, proportion of income spent on food diminishes. It is called as given good, inferior good, Engel's law, or bounded rationality. It is called as Engel's law. It is called as Engel's law. Sir, understand it, given this concept, Engel's law. The Engel's law states that as a household's income increases, the proportion of income spent on food decreases, even if the actual amount spent on food rises, but the proportion of income spent on food decreases. This is because food is a basic necessity. We know food is a basic necessity, and as people become wealthier, they tend to allocate a smaller share of their income to food and more to other goods and services. So this concept given by Engel's law. So Sir Ernest Engel, so it is called as Engel's law. Then question number 10, list 1, list 2, UBI, UPI, PMGKY, 𝙁𝙍. So UBI full form is Universal Basic Income. Universal Basic Income, it is related with income support. Universal Basic Income, it is related with income support. Then UPI, you know, all of you, UPI means Unified Payments Interface. Unified Payment Interface, it is related with digital payments. Unified Payment Interface, it is related with digital payments or online payments like Google Pay, Phone Pay, these are. Then PMGKY means Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, it is related with income disclosure. Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, income disclosure. Then 𝙁𝙍 full form is Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana. Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana. So last one is 𝙁𝙍. 𝙁𝙍 full form is Heritage City Development Augmentation Yojana. It is related with Heritage City. So option number 2. The first one is A3, B1, then C for D2, option number B. So here in question number 10, option B is right. Then question number 11, the presence of incentives for individuals or institutions to act in ways that incur cost that they do not have to bear may result in asymmetric information, moral hazard, free rider problem, or principal agent problem. So it is related with moral hazard. It is related with moral hazard because moral hazard occurs when individuals or institutions have incentives to take risks because they do not bear the full consequences of their actions. So this typically arises when one party is protected from risks through different type of insurance and it leading them to act more recklessly than they otherwise would. So after insurance, they act more recklessly. So this is called as moral hazard. Then question number 12, governments can only have an impact on economy in so far as their policies are unanticipated. This view is held by classical economics, Keynesian economics, new Keynesian economics, or new classical economics. So this view is held by new classical economics, because the new classical economic schools, particularly through the rational expectations theory, holds that government policies only affect the economy if they are unanticipated. So if people expect changes in policy, they adjust their behavior in advance. So it neutralizes the policy's intended effects. So this is in contrast to Keynesian economics, which argues that government intervention can actively influence economic outcomes. So it is called as new classical economics theory. Then question number 13, list 1 and list 2. New Deal should have a Tariff Act, Keynes plan, Bretton Woods system. New Deal related with protectionism, Bencore, Great Depression. Yes, Great Depression. New Deal related with Great Depression. Then Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, it is related with protectionism, tariff. Keynes plan related with Bencore. Then Bretton Woods system, it is related with pegged exchange rate. Bretton Woods system, pegged exchange rate. A3, B1, C2 and D4. Option number A. Then question number 14, a tax on foreign exchange spot transactions to regulate the conservation of one currency into another in securities market. It is called as anti-dumping tax, council tax, Tobin tax or countervailing duty. It is called as Tobin tax. It is called as Tobin tax because a Tobin tax is a tax on foreign exchange transactions specifically aimed at regulating the conversion of one currency into another, particularly in the context of securities market. So it was proposed by Tobin to reduce volatility in foreign exchange market. So a tax on foreign exchange spot transaction to regulate the conversion of one currency into another in security market called as Tobin tax. Then question number 15, which of the following shows that inequality in income distribution increased during the early period phase of economic growth and subsequently diminished? First increase, then diminish. It is called as Emersonization growth or Okun's law, offer curve or Kuznets curve. So it is called as Kuznets law. Kuznets curve, inverted U hypothesis. The inequality in the income distribution first increase, then during the early rapid phase of economic growth and subsequently diminish. So Kuznets curve illustrates the relationship between economic development and economic inequality. It's suggesting that in the early stages of economic growth, income inequality tends to increase, but it eventually diminishes as a country continues to develop. So it is called as Kuznets curve. Then question number 16, marginal propensity to consume, MPC, out of transitory income. MPC out of transitory income. There are two types of income, transitory, permanent. So out of transitory or temporary income is MPC out of transitory income is 0, 1, in between 0 and 1 or always positive. So the MPC out of transitory income typically it is 0 because it depends on transitory income, 0 or between 0 to 1. So meaning that individuals generally consume a proportion of their transitory income but do not spend all of it. So this reflects the idea that people may save some of their unexpected or temporary income changes rather than consuming it entirely. So MPC out of transitory income is 0 or in some time it between 0 to 1, but more appropriate answer is 0. Then question number 17, a rule stating the elasticity condition under which a change in a country's exchange rate would improve its balance of trade. It is called as a Skytowski criterion, Marshall-Lerner condition or inverse elasticity rule or Gresham's rule. It is called as Marshall-Lerner criterion. Marshall-Lerner criterion, it states that a depreciation or devaluation of a country's currency will improve its balance of trade in the sum of the price elasticities of demand for export and imports. It is greater than 1. So this means that the responsiveness of demand to price changes must be sufficient for the trade balance to improve following a change in the exchange rate. So a rule stating the elasticity condition under which a change in the country's exchange rate would improve its balance of trade, it is called as Marshall-Lerner criterion. Then question number 18, Nifty index is based on 50 share, 30, 25 or 100 share. Nifty 50, we know it is called as Nifty 50. So it is related with 50 share. Nifty index is based on the 50 share, means 50 shares listed on National Stock Exchange, NSE. 50 share listed on National Stock Exchange of India. It representing various sectors of the economy. So it represent 50 shares of NSE. So it is called as Nifty 50. Then question number 19, identify the correct statements regarding second generation of economic reforms in India. So according to second generation economic reform, first generation then second generation. First one is further deepening reforms in factors and input market. Yes, this is right. In with second generation economic reform, then reforms in the institutional, legal and regulatory framework. Yes, this is related with second generation economic reform. Then opening service sector for FDI. No, opening service sector for FDI, this was earlier, means first generation economic reform. In first generation economic reform, it is stated that opening service sector for FDI. This was from first, and these are from second generation economic reform. So option 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are for second generation economic reform related with second generation. So option C is right here. Then question number 20. Regarding gender related development index, GDI, gender related development index, which is correct statement? First one is estimation of GDI is based on variables other than HDI. Yes, it is based on variables other than HDI. So it is GDI, gender related development index. Then greater is the gender disparity in the basic human development, the higher is a country's GDI compared to the HDI. Yes, greater, higher. Then smaller is the gender disparity in the basic human development, the lower is the country's GDI, smaller, lower compared with HDI. This is right. Then greater is the gender disparity in the basic human development, the lower is the country's GDI compared to no. Greater means greater, larger, and smaller, then lower. So option D is incorrect here, because the gender related development index adjusts the HDI for gender disparities. So therefore when there is a greater gender disparity in basic human development, it results in a lower relative to the HDI. No, this is right, because this is right. All of these are wrong. So here option D is right here, because the GDI adjusts with HDI, human development index, for the gender disparity. So therefore when there is a greater gender disparity in basic human development, it results in a lower GDI relative to the HDI. So it is greater is the gender disparity in basic human development, the lower is the country's GDI compared with HDI. So this is right, and all of these are wrong. So question asks for which is right, correct. So option D is right here. Yeah, option D is right with gender related development index. Then question number 21, health and safety regulations on trade is tariff barriers, non-tariff barriers, free trade measures, or MFA. So health and safety regulation on trade, it is related with non-tariff barriers. Health and safety regulation related with non-tariff barriers, because they do not involve direct taxes. These non-tariff barriers do not involve direct taxes or duties on imports, but can restrict trade by imposing regulations and standards that products must meet to enter a market. So health and safety regulations on trade is non-tariff barrier. Then question number 22, factors intensity reversal may happen due to factor intensity reversal, change in government policy, change in technology, change in factor availability, all of this. Yes, all of this, because factor intensity reversal can occur due to a change in government policy, change in technology, or change in the availability of any factors. So each of these factors can influence the relative intensity with which different factors of production are used in the production of goods, leading to shift in factor intensity in various industries. So change in government policy, change in technology, change in any factor availability, these are happen due to factor intensity reversal. So all of these are right here. Then question number 23, the possibility that tariffs and exports subsidies might have preserved effects on international price. It is called as Toepler-Samuelson theorem, Mesler paradox, Leonti paradox, or Neo-Hartling model. It is called as Mesler paradox because Mesler paradox refers to the situation where tariff and export subsidies can lead to unexpected or preserve effects on international prices, potentially causing the prices of imported goods to rise instead of fall, contrary to typical economic prediction. So it is related with Mesler paradox, the possibility that tariff and export subsidies might have preserved effect on international prices. It is related with Mesler paradox. Then question number 24, which theory states that a substantial increase in the export of a commodity can depress its price in the world market? It is called as Riski theorem, Prebissinger thesis, Emerson growth, or Hexerolin theorem. So it is related with Emerson growth, option C, because Emerson growth theory suggests that a substantial increase in the export of a commodity can lead to a decline in its price in the world market, which can result in a situation where the country may become worse off despite an increase in the output. So this often occurs when the increase in supply from exports exceeds the demand in the global market, it leading to falling prices. So a substantial increase in the export of a commodity can depress its price in the world market. It is called as Emerson growth. Then question number 25, list 1 and list 2. So list 1 and list 2, so it is related with Emerson growth. Then list 1, list 2, ministerial conference, board of governors, secretary generals, board of directors. Ministerial conference, it is related with WTO, World Trade Organization. Ministerial conference, World Trade Organization. Board of governors related with IMF. Then secretary general related with UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Then board of directors related with MUDRA, Micro Units Development Refinance Agency, MUDRA, board of directors. So A3, B2, C1, D4, 25, option A is right here. Then question number 26, statement 1 and statement 2. First one is the effect of devaluation. The effect of devaluation on exports will depend on the price elasticity of demand for country's export. Yes, this is right, because the effect of devaluation of exports indeed depend on the price elasticity of demand for those exports. So if demand is elastic, then devaluation can significantly increase export volumes, while if it is inelastic, then the effect will be minimal. So this is right, according to this statement 1 is right. Then statement 2, Marshall-Lerner condition states that devaluation will improve the balance of payment of a country and revaluation will worsen it if the sum of the elasticity of demand for a country's export and its demand for import is equal to 0. No, export plus import is greater than 1, not 0. It is greater than 1 according to Marshall-Lerner condition. So statement 2 is incorrect. So statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong. Option C is right here. Then question number 27, which of the following transactions is a credit in the current account? Credit in the current account. Import of merchandise, this is a debit. Then gift from foreigners. Gift from foreigners, we do not repay or the gift. So gift from foreigners, this is a credit in our current account, then give to foreigners, it is a debit from our current account. Then import of factor services, it is related with debit in current account. So option B is right here, credit in current account, give from foreigners. Then question number 28, the form of economic integration in which the member nations eliminate tariffs on trade, adopt a common external tariff, and allow free movement of labor and capital within the union is economic union, common market, custom union, free trade area. It is called as common market. There are different stages of economic integration like free trade area, then custom union, common market, economic union, political union. These are different concepts. So it is called as common market. Then question number 29, this is related with all data, let it 29, 30, let it. Then 31, the Register General and Census Commissioner of India comes under Register General and Census Commissioner of India. It comes under Ministry of Finance, Ministry of HRD, Human Resource Development, or Ministry of Home, or MOSPI. So Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So this is related with Ministry of Home Affairs. The Register General and Census Commissioner, it is related with Ministry of Home Affairs. These are responsible for conducting the census and maintaining civil registration in the country. Then question number 32, list 1, list 2, division of labor, urban bias, unequal exchange, immersion of worker. So division of labor given by Adam Smith. Division of labor, Adam Smith. Then urban bias related with Lipton. Then unequal exchange related with Emmanuel. Then immersion of workers, it is related with Karl Marx. So A2, B4, C1, D3, it is related with option number D. Then question number 33, the theory of new economic geography is associated with theory of new economic geography, Krugman, Midral, Calder, Barron and Amin. The theory of new economic geography, it is related with Krugman. Option A is right here. The theory of new economic geography related with Krugman, who developed the concept to explain the economic and spatial distribution of economic activities and how agglomeration can lead to uneven development in different regions. So the theory of new economic geography, it is related with or associated with Krugman. Then question number 34, endogenous growth theory doesn't assume which of the following? Endogenous growth theory. First one is endogenous growth theory, it positive externalities from human capital formation. Yes, this is right. Then research and development prevents marginal product of capital from falling. Yes, this is also right. Then research and development prevents capital output ratio from falling. This is not necessarily true with endogenous growth theory. So this is incorrect. Then diminishing return to capital, no, this is also incorrect here. So the theory typically argues that through innovation and knowledge accumulation, economies can maintain or enhance growth without the traditional diminishing return seen in classical growth model. So option 3 and 4 are incorrect here. So doesn't assume in endogenous growth theory 3 and 4. So option C is right here. Then question number 35. Sen means Amartya Sen defines the ratio of the marginal disutility of work to the marginal utility of income as cost of labor, real cost of labor, nominal cost of labor, or welfare maximization. So this is called as real cost of labor. This is called as real cost of labor according to Amartya Sen, because Amartya Sen defines the ratio of the marginal disutility of work to the marginal utility of income as the real cost of labor. So this concept emphasizes the trade-off individual face between the utility derived from the income and the disutility associated with work. So Amartya Sen defines the ratio of the marginal disutility to work to the marginal utility of income. It is called as real cost of labor. Then question 36, firms willingly pay higher than equilibrium wages to induce workers to avoid shrinking or slacking of on the job, it is called as lower threshold wage or minimum wage or fair wage or efficiency wage. It is called as efficiency wage because efficiency wage theory suggests that firms may pay wages above the equilibrium level to boost workers' productivity, reduce turnover, and discourage shrinking or slacking off on the job. Means shift to another job. So by offering higher wages, employees can enhance employee morale and effort. So it leading to better overall performances because here the owner wants to keep the workers. So firms willingly pay higher than equilibrium wages to induce workers to avoid shrinking or slacking off on the job. Suppose minimum wage rate is 100 rupees, then the owner give 120 rupees to all workers. So this create efficiency wage. So this is called as efficiency wage, more than minimum wage. Then question number 37, the size of population that maximizes the output per capita or income per head, it is called as average population, maximum population or optimum population or right base population. So it is called as optimum population because optimum population, it refers to the size of the population that maximizes output per capita or income per head. So it is the level at which resources are used efficiently to achieve the highest standard of living and economic productivity without overuse or underuse of resources. So the size of population that maximize the output per capita or income per head, it is called as optimum population, option C. Then question number 38, identify the reasons leading to market inefficiency. First one is asymmetric information, adverse selection, moral hazard, all of these. So all of these are create market inefficiencies. In asymmetric information we can include adverse selection and moral hazard. Asymmetric information means what? When one party in a transaction has more or better information than the other, so it leading to substance different decision. So one party has more information than the other, it is called as asymmetric information. Then adverse selection means, adverse selection, it is a situation where sellers have information that buyers do not have, or vice versa, means buyers have more knowledge than the sellers. So it causes market participants to make poor choices. Means different, if one party has more knowledge than the other, so it create poor choices among them, either buyer side or from seller side. Then moral hazard means riskier behavior. So when one party takes risks because they do not have to bear the full consequences of those risks, so it lead to inefficiencies in the market. So all of these are right here. Then question number 39, list 1 and list 2. First one is UNIDO approach. UNIDO approach, it is related with world, I don't know, shadow foreign exchange rate. Yes, UNIDO approach related with shadow foreign exchange. Then little mirrorless method related with world price. Difference in environmental services or attributes, it is related with hedonic prices. Difference in environmental services. Then willingness to pay for benefit, it is related with contingent valuation. So A3, B1, C2, D4, it is in the option number A. So today's last question, which of the following statement is wrong regarding Kaldor's model of economic growth? Which is wrong according to Kaldor's model? First one is unlimited supply of labor at constant wage in terms of wage good. This is right, unlimited supply of labor, Kaldor's model. Then MPC of worker is always higher than MPC of capitalist. Yes, MPC of worker is higher than MPC of capitalist, means marginal propensity to consume of workers is greater. This is right. Then model based on Keynesian full employment. Yes, this model based on Keynesian full employment. Then income growth rate is determined by the rate of growth of labor and technical progress. No, this is incorrect because In the context of Kaldor's model of economic growth, Kaldor's model emphasizes that the income growth rate is primarily driven by factors such as the rate of investment and the propensity to save. Rate of investment and the propensity to save. So rather than just the growth of labor and technical progress, it is related with rate of interest, propensity to save. So option D is incorrect here. So which is incorrect or wrong? Option D. So this is all about for the today's session. I hope you get some knowledge from this video. If you are really benefited, then like the video. If you have any doubt in the videos or questions, you can write down the doubts in the comment section, so that I will try to rectify or try to solve your doubts. And those who come for the first time, please subscribe to this channel for more such updates. And those who do not watch the previous videos of Kerala set till now, they can watch in the playlist. So in the next part, we are going to discuss part number 2 from question number 41 to 80 questions. So thank you all for watching this video. Jai Jagannath.